Hey yo, streets yapping. Yappity yap yap. Like they do. But who they talking about? DJ Sbu. What's the word? He's saying that DJ Sbu is going cuckoo. He's going crazy. Gone bonkers. Do you believe that? Tell me in the comments if you believe that. DJ Sbu is going crazy. Maybe I'm one-sided, like my earphones. You can see my earphones. One-sided. Maybe I'm one-sided. Maybe I like entrepreneurs. Maybe I like crazy type marketing. But here's my view. DJ Sbu has always been this person. People say he was Mzege Zege. Now I don't know how far true that rumor is. I didn't dig down the rabbit hole. Confirm for me. Mzege Zege existed before social media, but still went viral. So this guy has always known how to get you guys talking about him all day. But what's happening? You're bringing his name up. What happens when you bring his name up? You might Google him, especially in this age. But if you Google him, what's going to come up? Pictures. Look at the picture that I've got on there. Of course, that's a double picture. But on the picture, the other picture that you're seeing there, what's there? Mofaya. So what does that mean? You talking about him is bringing more fire to his brand. More fire to his brand. Bring the energy. Pun intended. So, what this means is like this guy, just like Kanye and anybody, and I think I always kind of say like this guy is like, you know, and I don't think he takes it from Kanye. Again, he did that before Kanye was doing this. Mzege Zege was famous before Kanye. So he ain't taking this from Kanye West. Ain't taking this from Kanye West. He's always been this guy. He knows how to get attention because what does he know? He knows something known as the mere exposure effect. If he doesn't know it from a book term perspective, at least he knows it by instinct. In psychology, there's something that they call the mere exposure effect. This is why big brands like Coca-Cola put billboards everywhere. Soccer stadiums, they sponsor sport, they're on television. Even some of the smallest businesses where I come from.
I come from Zimbabwe.
Some of the smallest businesses, Makwababa and Sons, they've got a red billboard and it's got a Coca-Cola logo and they've got a small bottle store, they've got a small supermarket and Coca-Cola sponsored to be on that billboard. Coca-Cola sponsored to be in that fridge. Why? The mere exposure effect says that if you see something over and over again, especially if it does no harm to you, that you can perceive, by the way, because some people can argue whether or not Coca-Cola does harm to you. But I mean, that you can, of course, immediately interpret. So it didn't bite you, it didn't eat you, it didn't chase you, it didn't kill you when you saw it. They say that if you see something you can recognize over and over again, you are likely to like it. If it's selling something, you are likely to buy from it. This doesn't even have to be Coca-Cola. Where you drop off, if you see a guy every day who sells tomatoes and whatnot, even tomatoes, potatoes, whatever he sells there, he's a vendor. Doesn't spend a dime like Coca-Cola in advertising. But he makes sure that he's in a certain place by a certain time. If he starts at 8, he starts at 8. If he gets off there at 6 p.m., he gets off there at 6 p.m. So whenever you drop off your taxi or if you're driving and you pass by that place and you always see that guy, you are more likely to sooner or later buy from that person because you now trust that person that no, this person is real. The first day you saw him, you thought, nah, what if he's there for one day and sold me something fake and I go home and it's not real and I come back and I can't find it. So that's why companies pay for brand awareness. And we're talking about Coca-Cola. It's the biggest on that, as known as it is. Yet, the same Coca-Cola, in other news, it bought 26% stake in this guy's company. They don't think he's crazy. Investors don't invest in people that they think are crazy. They don't think he's crazy. Coca-Cola, a company that's been there for a long time, a leader in beverages, thought that it's worth it to own more than a quarter of this guy's company, so that this guy's company can grow and it can expand and it can scale up. Again, what does he know? He knows the worth of his image, because a lot of artists have been used to promote an image in order to then bait and switch, or I don't know if I'm using the right term, but in order for them to bring attention to someone else's brand, so that that person can make billions, but they'll be given peanuts. And then after some years, when you thought they were rich, they'll tell you they never got nothing from the endorsements, complaining on Twitter, record labels are messed up, this and that, what, blase, blah. I'm not being one-sided. So, a lot of artists want that, but Kanye West say no. This guy say no. Jay-Z say no. If you can use my image to make billions, I can use my image to make billions or millions. I can make more money, because the same way that Pepsi could have engaged DJ Sbu, and he could have done the same antics to make Pepsi happy, to give Pepsi customers, to put attention to Pepsi. Again, why? Every time he's on an image, he's got a Mofaya item. Even if he doesn't. When you're discussing if he's mad, as we are discussing, you're going to still have to discuss that he does own Mofaya. So you're still talking about Mofaya. So that's mere exposure, again, audibly. Because mere exposure is not about seeing, it's about hearing, it's about feeling, it's about tasting. It's about every sense that exists. Marketing is not only for the eye, it's even for the taste. That's why when Castle Light does an event and it sponsors rappers, they might give the beer for free, or they might give it for way cheap. Or they might even hold a promotion in an actual liquor store way cheap. Why? Because the mere exposure of you tasting it over and over again during the week, it's also a stimulus. It still applies. It's not only visual. What we talking about. But anyway, if you like my opinion, I'd advise you, if you want to discover Unmind, go for $0. Go to audiocast.com. And what's audiocast.com? It is a streaming service, fairly new, but it's got over 28 artists or creators so far that you can choose from. That's not much, but like I said, discover unlimited gold. So I shouldn't have said unlimited, right? Because it is limited to 28. Wrong caption. But anyway, guys, let's do that. And wherever you're watching this from, if you're watching this on Facebook, like the page. If you're watching this from YouTube, like the page. Somebody reposted this without my permission. Don't do any of that. Come to my page, Fitz Yappin. Come to